my name's Doug Belshaw, and this is my TeachMeet EdTech Roundup Edition 2009 presentation. I've put all of my links together, both on my blog, which is dougbelshaw.com/blog, but also on Linkbunch, which is linkbun.ch, and these particular ones are HG3U. I've already opened them for speed, but you can open the entire bunch and see them there if that's handy for you. So if you go to my Google profile, you can find out more about me, who I am and where I'm from, links to where I am at online. My Twitter account is just at DAJBelshaw. If you're not following me already, then please do so. You can find out more about the TeachMeet by going to the EdTech Roundup wiki, which is edtechroundup.wikispaces.com, and then clicking on TMETRU09 on the left hand side. So that's all about me and about this particular TeachMeet. I was going to talk about Google Apps and talk about how we've been using that in my academy, but I thought that might be a bit boring. So instead, what I thought I'd do is I'd look at the movemeon hashtag and kind of CPD opportunity, which I've helped set up recently. Just a little bit on the history of Twitter. Twitter was kind of conceived and developed in 2006, and this is, if you go to Wikipedia, you can see that this is one of the very first sketches and ideas that they had about how to set up Twitter. It's kind of similar but different at the same time to what it actually turned out to be. In the early days, Twitter ended up having a lot of problems. There were lots of this type of thing, the fail whale, where it just couldn't keep up and it kept crashing. Thankfully, though, they got beyond those teething problems. Otherwise, it would have completely failed as a service. I joined Twitter in 2007, right at the start, as Mr. Belshaw, but then joined later as myself, Doug Belshaw, on the 11th of February 2007. I was wondering how we could use Twitter with students. So on my previous blog, I talked about how we could use it with the SMS feature to remind them about homework and revision and that type of thing. That got quite a lot of responses, and indeed was featured in various guides, etc. I did a small scale kind of intervention and idea with my GCSE history group. It wasn't amazingly successful, but some students did like it. Later in 2007, in August in fact, a guy called Chris Messina in America suggested that we could use hashtags to create groups or channels. That idea took off hugely, and today you can see that if you search, for example, #climate change or anything at all, then you get lots and lots of people putting those hashtags into their tweets so that people can find out about the same thing. So I thought about this, and I remembered that when I was starting to teach, what was really, really handy for me as a history teacher was a section of Teaching History magazine published by the Historical Association. And it was called Move Me On, and just had lots of ideas about how you could move on as a history teacher. I've been mentoring a student recently, that's why it was at the forefront of my mind. So what I thought I'd do is just use that Move Me On as a hashtag and make a suggestion that people might want to use it. So I wrote a blog post, here it is, talking about how we could use Move Me On as a hashtag. And I just threw it out there like I do with some ideas, and it actually took on people took it up and had lots of ideas about it. So here it is. If you go to twitter.com and type in #movemeon, there's lots and lots and lots of ideas. The trouble is, Twitter's a ephemeral thing. It disappears after a while. So if you go to twapperkeeper.com/movemeon, all of the tweets which have got the hashtag #movemeon are stored in there. I set up a wiki, and the idea behind the wiki was that it would serve as a repository for everything which mentions Move Me On, for any different ideas, and especially for the idea of having a book, because I want something physical and something I can give people and say, look at this fantastic CPD resource. So the idea is that we're going to produce a Move Me On book, and that was my very first really bad idea at a cover, and then Stuart Ridow just came up with some fantastic sketches and ideas. It's going to be freely downloadable as an ebook. It's also going to be downloadable. It's also going to be available kind of as a printed out version at cost price. The best way to get your work published in this day and age is to self-publish. So what we're going to do is, when we've got the book together and we've crowdsourced all the ideas and everything like that, and we've got everything ready, we're going to self-publish on something like lulu.com or blurb.com. They're both equally good. I've seen the finished product from both of them. I think we might go with Lulu just because it's easier to produce the ebook and stuff, and it's slightly better known as well. The great thing is that people have taken the Move Me On idea and kind of expanded and riffed on it a bit. So Ivan Langton, for example, here has just written about Move Me On and said, well, perhaps we could use it for students, for like revision tips and everything like that. And then Stuart Ridout himself said, well, perhaps, lots of us are new leaders now. Why don't we start something called Move Me On Manager or something like that? I suggested that perhaps new leaders might be a better one. It's shorter, it's a bit snappier as well. And I'm really delighted to see that the new leaders hashtag is also taken off, perhaps even more so than the Move Me On. So that's it, and that's how easy it is to start people talking about the same things and to get ideas going. And I just love the fact that I can connect to so many people worldwide and to get them talking about CPD and about classroom practice. So thank you very much.